Chapter 33, Faith. I did realize very well that the whole environment was not yet saturated with those high vibrations of love I was feeling. Therefore, the energy vibrations of the people's consciousness were very low and heavy. And due to that, people were suffering. They were suffering and complaining. And they scared each other with a scourge of God. It is merely even just the very thoughts of this kind that strongly block any higher and brighter vibrations of the soul's living energy and do not allow them to manifest themselves vitally from within. That is why the soul cannot feel inner satisfaction and energy to be able to stretch out its wings for the good deeds. I did understand very well that people but themselves, without my help, cannot know that they had God the Father who loved them and served them rather than such a God who was demanding obedience and who was chastising. But it was not enough only to know that God the Father did not punish them, but rather loved them. It was also necessary to have faith in this loving Father. And in that part, I was helpless to assist them in any way. That man would have faith within him. That step must be made by man himself. He must dare to break within his own mind the concepts about God, sown and greatly distorted through generations, about such a God who was angry, revengeful, and chastising. That is a very hard challenge to every man, not only to the Jew, but also to the Gentile. Most of all, man is afraid of uncertainty and changing. Uncertainty is scaring him, while changing is wearing him out and causing anxiety. He must step upon where he has not yet been before. He must become what he has never been before. And this also produces uncertainty. Therefore, man's mind, his human ego, is looking for even a deceptive peace in what is known and verified, what is understandable and comprehended, because it is only this that he relies on. It is here that human faith must manifest. Faith in the one whom he cannot see, but whose fruits he can feel within himself after his soul opens up to him to its very depth. His fruits are love and peace. Therefore, faith is like a cane to a sick and weak person to lean on to be able to walk. As one's faith grows, there is less need for such a material cane support. Faith is not only a cane to make one's pace easier, but is also a medicine. The deeper faith one has, the healthier one gets. The healthier one gets, the less need is there for this material cane to lean upon. Moreover, faith is such a medicine that when the weak and sick man recovers and becomes so strong that he does not need either this material cane or medicine, then this mortal of faith is born of the Spirit, and his soul is all filled up with the love vibrations of the Creator, and it desires to glide in a free flight above all the dark tribulations and anxieties. It desires to help others by sharing its own experience so that other souls would also take off into this free flight in which the soul can fly propelled by the driving power of the good deeds only. And faith becomes as a fuel to provide impetus to doing such good deeds. Faith has transformed out of the material cane to the sick and weakened man, into the impulses of a powerful driving force for good deeds. Now, faith starts changing man's character so that he ever more desires to lead such a life that his soul, in its free flight, would evermore fuse with the very source of the impulse, inciting it for the good deeds together with the Creator, whose little sparkle is caused this very faith. And this little sparkle of the Creator is called his spiritual gift. It is his spirit, and it affects man's mind from within, but by no means violating the principle of a free will. I did know that people would not be able to understand me. The majority would not be interested in my teaching at all, since they were too frightened to embrace the one who carried a light blinding their eyes. Therefore, I had to descend to the level of their understanding so that I might raise them all, at least to a little higher view of the whole environment than they had before.